السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر. أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله. أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله. أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله. أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله. حي على الصلاة حي على الصلاة حي على الفلاح حي على الفلاح. الله أكبر الله أكبر. لا إله إلا الله. الحمد لله نحمده ونستعينه ونستغفره ونتوكل عليه ونعوذ بالله من شرور انفسنا ومن سيئات اعمالنا. من يهده الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلل فلا هادي له. نشهد ان لا اله الا الله وحده لا شريك له ونشهد ان محمدا عبده ورسوله ارسله بالحق بشيرا ونذيرا بين يدي الساعه. ومن يطع الله ورسوله فقد رشد ومن يعصمها فانه لا يضر الا نفسه ولا يضر الله شيئا. وقد قال الله تعالى في القرآن المجيد والفرقان الحميد بعد أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله حق تقاته ولا تموتن إلا وأنتم مسلمون. صدق الله العظيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. I begin in the name of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, who is the most kind and most compassionate. We praise Him, we glorify Him, and we thank Him for all of His blessings and all His bounties. Thereafter, we send our salutations upon our beloved Prophet Muhammad Mustafa sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. And last but not least, we bear this fact in mind that one day soon we will all have to stand in front of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and answer for our actions. We pray to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to make all of our actions noble and decent so that we can be admitted into Jannah al Firdaus. And we pray to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to save us from all of the hardships of the hereafter. Ameen ya Rabbal Alameen. My beloved brothers and my beloved sisters, the subject that I would like to discuss with you today, in the very short time that we have together, is the subject of our obedience to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We are all Muslims, we all declared the testament to faith. Alhamdulillah, our lives are dictated by the word of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the Quran, and portrayed by the sunnah of our Habib Muhammad Mustafa sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. As we all know, the month of Ramadan is very fast approaching us, and as we know, the month of Ramadan is special because of the Quran. The Quran was revealed to Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam in this blessed month, and from there we have the deen in its entirety. As we say, it is a complete way of life. It is not just a set of rituals that we do at certain times or certain days. It is from the moment we wake up to the moment we go to sleep. Every single action will determine whether we will get closer to Jannatul Firdaus or whether we will get further away from it. Our lives are determined by the Quran. We all know that in the month of Ramadan, everyone listens to the Quran in the evening, everyone tries to recite the Quran during the day, but it is more than just recitation. The first verses that were revealed to Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam were Iqra. Yes? Recite. Read, recite. Recite is an accumulation of two things: reading and listening. So we read the Quran and we also listen to the Quran. But above and beyond that, as Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam told us, the most important thing is to act and advocate the Quran. So I would like to discuss with you a few points, if I may, just to get us into the mood of the recitation of the Quran, so that when the month of Ramadan comes to us in a few weeks' time, inshallah, we are ready to go. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has said inside the Quran that Alif Lam Ra, this book is what we have revealed to you that you might come out from darkness ila nur, towards the light. This Quran should lead the way for us in our lives in this world, so that we can attain every success, and it should lead us towards Jannatul Firdaus. And even as we are entering Jannatul Firdaus, as Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam has taught us, a person will be asked to recite the Quran, recite the Quran, recite the Quran, and whenever they finish reciting, that is where their final destination in Jannatul Firdaus will be. So it makes sense that the more of the Quran we learn, the more of the Quran we recite, more importantly, the more of the Quran that we memorize, inshallah, that will benefit us. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says that by the will of their Lord, to the path of Jannah, to the might of the Almighty. So if we want to get to Jannah, we must abide by the command of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. If I were to ask you all that do we want Jannah, everybody would reply, yes, of course. But when we take a look at our lives, have we actually worked for Jannah? Or have we been working towards the temporary delusion which has been mentioned inside the Quran over and over and over again? What is that delusion? That delusion is hubbul, meaning the love, hubbul dunya, the love of the world. And when I say the love of the world, what does that mean? It means love of materialistic things. Love of money, love of wealth, love of cars, love of houses. Yes? We spend our entire week, some of us work 70, 80, 90 hours a week just to accumulate that extra money so that we can have that better car, to have that better house, to have that bigger house, so that we can brag, we can show off to people that look at us. our social status is higher than everybody else's. Whereas we learn from the Sunnah of Rasul sallallahu alayhi wa sallam that he was all about humbleness, he was all about humility. He used to wear patches on his clothes, and whenever he used to need to sew up those patches, he would sew up those patches himself. He wouldn't even leave his wife. His wife Aisha radiallahu anha would see the patches in his clothes, and she would say to him, okay, I'll patch these up in a second. He would say, no, it's fine, I'll do it myself. And he would patch up his own clothes. The companions say that sometimes we used to see Rasul sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, and if you look at his clothes, and we used to see there used to be sometimes 10, sometimes 12, sometimes 14 rips, tears, patched up on his clothes. The only time he used to wear fresh clothes, if you will, or new clothes, if you will, were on the day of Eid and on the day of Jummah. Yes, once he came late for Jummah, and his hair was wet, and his clothes were wet, and everyone was looking at him. And they said to him, the companions said to him, Rasulullah, what happened? And he said, oh, these were the only pair of clothes I had. I had to wash them, and then put them back on and come to Jummah. That's why I'm slightly late. Think about that. And us today, we're after the pomp and the vanity of the world. We live in a very, unfortunately, very superficial, very fickle world. And social media is making it worse day by day by day. And everything that we see out there is just to make us feel better about ourselves superficially rather than the internal. It's all about the external rather than the internal. So do we think that our efforts to earn and bring wealth from the dunya will avail us in the akhirah? They won't. We know the only person that has been mentioned inside the Quran, first by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, is Abu Lahab. Yes? And what was his argument with his nephew? His argument with his nephew is when his nephew Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam asked him that, oh uncle, come to the way of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. What did he say? In essence, very simply, cutting a long story short, he said, I have so much wealth, I have so much money, I will buy Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala off on the day of judgment. Can you imagine? Rasul sallallahu alayhi wa sallam was from an intensely rich family. His family were the custodians of the Kaaba. So Rasul sallallahu alayhi wa sallam was not poor. He was from a very, very rich family. And his uncle, due to their richness, he said this. He said, don't worry about me. I've got so much money, when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala if he wants me to go to Jahannam, as you say, I'll just pay him off and make my way to Jannah. This is when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala revealed this surah, as you will know. تَبَّتْ يَدَا أَبِي لَهَبٍ وَتَبَّ مَا أَغْنَى عَنْهُ مَالُهُ وَمَا كَسَبَ. His money, his wealth, everything that he's ever earned will not avail him on the day of judgment. So if we think that money, if we think that wealth can gain us success, can gain us salvation, we are very, very mistaken. Only our efforts to live and die by the Quran and by the Sunnah will matter on the day of judgment. Okay? We must remember that it is deeds, not material currency, that is buried with us. It is deeds and not status that is taken into account. It is deeds and not strength that will avail us on the day of judgment. So let the Quran lead us all to Jummah. Let the Quran lead us all from the darkness to the light. Let the Quran cure the diseases in our hearts. And let the Quran bring nur into our hearts. The only way, my brothers and my sisters, that this will happen is when we open up the Quran regularly. And when we read it regularly. And when we understand it regularly. And most importantly, when we act upon it regularly. Anyone who thinks that they can achieve Jannah without the Quran is foolish. And anyone who thinks that they can act upon the Quran without the Sunnah is also foolish. Ibn Hibban radiallahu ta'ala narrated in his Sahih from Jabir radiallahu ta'ala that Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam said, the Quran is an intercessor whose intercession will be accepted, and an opponent whose testimony will be accepted. Whoever puts it in front of him, it will lead him to Jummah. And whoever puts it behind him, it will take him to Jummah. So we must ask ourselves, will the accepted intercession be for us or against us? Will the word of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala say that yes, O Rabb, He cherished me, He loved me, He respected me, He recited me, and He acted upon me on the day of judgment? Or will the Quran rather say, Ya Rabb, He left me, He ignored me, and He disgraced me? It is something that we must all think about. My dear brothers and my dear sisters, as we all know, we will all stand in front of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala on the day of judgment. We were talking about preparation mentally and physically for the month of Ramadan. Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam said, a person will stand up in front of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala on the day of judgment. And he will be shaking, he will be trembling. He will not be able to look up, he will not be able to look down, he will not be able to look to the left, he will not be able to look to the right. And he will be just standing there shaking, trembling, because he will know that he most likely has not done enough to gain the pleasure of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Suddenly, he will see two people, two forms made of light standing next to him. And he would look and he would wonder, who are these two entities? One entity on the right would say, Oh Allah, I am His fast that He fasted during the month of Ramadan. He did this with love, He did this with sincerity, and He did this solely and sincerely for the sake of you. Oh Allah, in the same way that He protected me in the world, I beseech you to protect him today. And the entity on the left would say, Oh Allah, I am the salah, I am the prayer that he used to pray 5 times a day. Oh Allah, in the same way that he loved me, he respected me, and he prayed me, and he gave due diligence to me for your pleasure. Oh Allah, in the same way that he protected me, you protect him today. And these two entities will hold the person's hands until Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala grants that person forgiveness on behalf of their intercession. Subhanallah. Think about this. So the month of Ramadan is very, very fast approaching us, and I leave you with this thought. If we love Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, we must abide by His word. If we love Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, we must abide by His sunnah. Not just lip service. We must prove with our actions. Every action that we do must be in accordance with the Quran and with the Sunnah. And if we can do this just before the month of Ramadan comes and during this blessed month of Ramadan, inshallah, this month of Ramadan and this salah that we do, they will protect us on the day of judgment and they will take us to Jannah al-Firdaus. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala grant us the true appreciation of the Quran. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala grant us the true value of the Sunnah. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala grant us all with every success in this world, every salvation in the hereafter. Most importantly, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala grant us all the highest maqam al-a'la, the highest of the abodes in Jannah al-Firdaus. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala save us all from every hardship of the hereafter, namely and mainly the fire of Jahannam. وآخر دعوانا الحمد لله رب العالمين. وقل قولي هذا استغفر الله لي ولكم ولسائر المسلمين فاستغفروه إنه هو الغفور الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على سيد الأنبياء والمرسلين ونحن على ذلك من الشاهدين. سبحان الله وبحمده سبحان الله العظيم سبحان الله العظيم وبحمده ولا حول ولا قوة إلا بالله العلي العظيم. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم إن الله وملائكته يصلون على النبي يا أيها الذين آمنوا صلوا عليه وسلموا تسليما اللهم صل على محمد عبدك ورسولك وصل على المؤمنين والمؤمنات والمسلمين والمسلمات الأحياء منهم والأموات إنك سميع مجيب قريب الدعوات اللهم صل على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما صليت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم إنك حميد مجيد اللهم بارك على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما باركت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم إنك حميد مجيد ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار ربنا ظلمنا أنفسنا وإن لم تغفر لنا وترحمنا لنكونن من الخاسرين ربنا اغفر لنا ولوالدينا وارحمهما كما ربيانا صغيرا ربنا لا تؤاخذنا إن نسينا أخطأنا ربنا ولا تحمل علينا إصرا كما حملته على الذين من قبلنا ربنا ولا تحملنا ما لا طاقة لنا به واعف عنا واغفر لنا وارحمنا أنت مولانا وانصرنا على القوم الكافرين ربنا إنا نسألك من كل خير ما سألك حبيب نبيك محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم نعوذ بك من كل شر ما استعاذك من حبيب نبيك محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم وأنت المستعان وعليك البلاغ ولا حول ولا قوة إلا بالله العلي العظيم ربنا تقبل منا إنك أنت السميع العليم وتب علينا إنك أنت التواب الرحيم عباد الله رحمكم الله إن الله يأمر بالعدل والإحسان وإيتاء ذي القربى وينهى عن الفحشاء والمنكر يعظكم لعلكم تذكرون فاذكروني أذكركم واشكروا لي ولا تكفرون استقيموا واعتدلوا يرحمكم الله. My brothers and my sisters, now speech to start stretching your life. While you do that, inshallah, I will hand over to my uncle Osman to make the Jummah announcement. Over to you, Uncle Osman.
Brothers and sisters, Assalamu alaikum. You will all have noticed that the vaccine bus is with us today. So anyone wanting to take the opportunity of getting their vaccine, please do so now, on your way out. COVID-19 is still with us. And the next few weeks is going to be testing for us all, especially as many people may not be isolating, even if they are infected. The public are encouraged to continue to follow public health advice, as with all infectious disease, such as flu, to minimize the chance of catching COVID and to help to protect their family and friends. This includes the wearing of the face coverings and it includes face use. Where you come in contact with people you don't normally meet. In the MASJID, you are required to wear your face mask and use a prayer mat to protect our vulnerable attendees. It's not about you, it's about the people we want to protect. So please, brothers and sisters, please help us do this. We have outside a stall that is selling burger buns, and this is supplied by Smart Buns. All process will go to the mosque. Cleaning of the mosque is this Sunday from 1 p.m. So please join us, those who can, please. And we still need donations for the running of the mosque. So please, brothers and sisters, please help us with this. If each of you can donate £5 each week you come, it will go a very far way in paying for the running costs of this mosque. So brothers and sisters, please help us with the vaccine and please help us with the donations. Thank you very much.
Jazakumullah khairan. Thank you for those announcements. Very quickly, just a few more. We have our brothers and sisters who are sick in our community and have passed away. First of all, we have illnesses and sicknesses. We have our uncle Javid Ali, who is very ill and is still in hospital as they try and diagnose the issue. He is the father of our brother Khalsar, and he's one of my relatives as well. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala grant him full and speedy recovery, inshallah al-aziz. And we have also Husna Ghulam Bose, who has had a triple bypass operation in Bath's hospital, and she is slowly but surely recovering. Her family of us also please make dua for her. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give her full and speedy recovery, inshallah. She's the niece of our Auntie Tahira. People have passed away in our community. We have a brother Siddiqui Mohanji, who is a brother-in-law to Salim Yadali, who passed away this week at the age of 44. And we make dua for him. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala grant him Jannah with us and save him from all of the hardships of the hereafter. And we have a sister, Shadi Nadia Shaw, who's the daughter of Sister Yasmin, who passed away 6 years ago. The family asked us to please remember. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala grant her ease and comfort on the journey towards Jannah because of us. So my brothers and my sisters, when we make dua for ourselves, let us remember our entire community. We are like one big happy family here. Let us remember us all when we make our duas, and also make dua for the entire ummah every single chance, every single opportunity we get. Jazakallah. Please,
Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله حي على الصلاة حي على الصلاة حي على الفلاح حي على الفلاح قد قامت الصلاة قد قامت الصلاة الله أكبر الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله.
استقيموا واعتدلوا يرحمكم الله. الله أكبر. الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين. والتين والزيتون وطور سينين وهذا البلد الأمين لقد خلقنا الإنسان في أحسن تقويم ثم رددناه أسفل سافلين إلا الذين آمنوا وعملوا الصالحات فلهم أجر غير ممنون فما يكذبك بعد بالدين أليس الله بأحكم الحاكمين. الله سمع الله لمن حمده. الله الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين. إذا جاء نصر الله والفتح ورأيت الناس يدخلون في دين الله أفواجا فسبح بحمد ربك واستغفره إنه كان توابا. الله سمع الله لمن حمده. الله الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله. My brothers and my sisters, please do remember all the announcements made before the prayer. If anyone didn't get a chance to donate to the mosque before the prayer, please kindly do so on your way out. And brothers and sisters, as always, we humbly request you to please donate generously to the mosque always, because as you know, without your love, support and assistance, we cannot continue with the experiencing of the mosque. So please do donate generously to the mosque. Also, as mentioned before the prayer, we've got the school outside selling the smartphones. So please do grab some phones on the way out around the phones inshallah. The proceeds will go to the masjid. And also, if anyone didn't purchase their calendars yet, please kindly do so. Calendars are free language. We have an entire year of defense event. Again, yes, purchase the calendar. Please purchase the calendar. We have these calendars.
And for those who have not a vaccine, can they have them? They can have it outside. The bus is outside waiting for you. They can have your vaccine. It's important to have all your vaccines with brothers and sisters.
So, brothers and sisters, vaccine buses outside. Any questions, queries, or concerns concerning vaccines, please do ask for help and assistance. They will bring you up. If you need to get the vaccine done, you can get them done as well. No.